Hi guys.
I don't know if you guys saw our first video on Facebook, but if
look at that.
Yes, you should. But we're gonna continue talking with Britt. She has a couple of blogs, and I found her on Instagram, and we have been just connecting back and forth. She can tell us a little bit about her blog.
Yeah, so lifestyle blog. My Instagram kind of focuses on El Paso and things to do in El Paso, like where you should go drink, have fun. But I do write a lot of just random blogs, kind of whatever I'm feeling on my website. So I call myself a lifestyle blogger, kind of encompasses everything. But basically just trying to build a community and show some love to El Paso because I like it here.
Yeah. And those blog posts that you're talking about, I think that's really good for anybody to go out there and read it because it's creating this insight to how you really feel.
Yeah. I think a lot of times if you find someone you like on social media and they have any kind of space where they're like a YouTube channel or they talk to you or they write blogs, I highly recommend you go to that space because it's such a good way to connect with people in a different way than you can on Instagram. Instagram, I kind of keep it short and sweet. In my stories, I like to share more, but with a post, you're not going to get as much as you would from what I'm writing.
Right. And it's deeper. And what really caught my attention and stuff through Instagram is your confidence and the way that you presented yourself and El Paso and the way that you shared your feelings about certain things. Even if they were not good things, you still were real polite about it.
Yeah.
But you said, you know what, it didn't agree with me today.
Yeah. Because I love El Paso. I am continuously blown away by stuff here. But there are just little things sometimes where I'm like, this one little change, and this place could be great. And so before I really will call a place out, I give them a bunch of chances, but then if it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. And some of the feedback I get from people, some people are like, yes, thank you, finally. And some people are like, well, that's just a local place and we love it. And I really do love that. And I know you have your local places that everyone's just we just like this place. But at a certain point, if you want to grow as a city, you're going to have to expect a little bit more in terms of service and standards. And so sometimes I'm like, yeah, y'all, this is not acceptable. Place can be great, and yes, they can have an off day, but sometimes it's no, it's not good.
No, and customer service is everything. I know for us, we on a Saturday try to make it the best experience for every single client.
Yeah.
With whatever that they need and
stuff.
And things that I think that would, I guess a regular salon would have, I would say we kind of go above and beyond.
Yeah.
And try to give that to the client because those, exactly what you just said, those details are things that bloggers and people are noticing. And we're not going to know when you're sitting in our chair if you're a blogger or not.
Exactly.
And we're not going to know. And I think that I'm tell everybody okay, when we get new clients, because we're getting new clients all the time from social media, you don't ever know who's sitting in your chair.
Yeah. Basically just treat everyone like they're an influencer.
Right.
Because you never know. But and I know people have off days, and I know it can be busy, but it's just, busy is not an excuse for poor planning or being rude to people.
Right.
So sometimes it's
because you also said you're type A.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, and so am I. I feel for me, control is a thing, and I should not have so much control over everything. But for me, it's okay, let's do this from here to here to here to here, and it's I know that I have to take 2 steps back and be nope, that's not gonna happen. But yet still have a presentation to where it looks, presentable.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm super because type A people, I think we're big on efficiency. So if I see something that just doesn't seem efficient or thought out, my patience level is so bad. That's something I'm working on. I have terrible patience, but it's sometimes I'm just come on, guys. But for the most part, service in El Paso is
amazing.
Oh yeah, some of the nicest people I've ever encountered are in this city.
A lot of people say that, and it's very rare when I hear somebody say, people from El Paso are not nice.
Yeah.
So again, I work with hairdressers outside of El Paso, and they call the city the island because it's so hard to come in.
Yeah.
It is.
It is, yes.
But I'm like, but I like that I'm able to refer your blog now and be like, hey, like we can go to these places and we can go do this and we can go do that and there's this to do. Because before I had my one list, I had 5 places I think or 10 places I think I could go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I feel like I was way too busy to like really start studying.
Yeah.
Or that you're just doing such a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of new things that are here every single day.
Yeah, so much change and growth coming to the city, and it's cool being new because I'm always like, oh, cool, let me like go check out this new place. And I feel like people know I'm pretty genuine with people, so like I'm not gonna tell y'all to go to a place if I think it's terrible.
Right.
So a lot of times, instead of saying something negative, I just won't post about places. Like I've had people say, hey, you never really talk about this place or go here, and it's like, well, instead of being like, I don't really like this place, I'm just gonna show you all the places I love, and you can just go there.
Right, because I think that's good too, because I mean, for me, there's this one place, I won't say any names, but there is this one place that I will not like, and I will not go back.
Yeah.
But I've not ever said it out loud, and I'll never, but they know that I
like it. Yeah.
And I'm
same.
sure
I have a couple, and I'm just like, yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff here, and I want people to come and experience it that are not in El Paso. But at the same time, I'm kind of like selfish because I'm like, I don't want people coming and like everything getting expensive. Like stuff is pretty, like the cost of living here is nice. So I'm like, I can go to like these nice places and it's not super expensive.
That's true too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That is true, and I think a lot of people don't really expect that.
No.
Know? But when we do travel outside, I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, you go to like Dallas or somewhere, even if you don't leave Texas, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is expensive.
And you're from?
I'm from Arlington, which is right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. I've lived in Austin, I've lived in San Antonio, I've lived in Dallas. So just going all over.
I love San Antonio.
Great city.
I love it. It was just a great city to go to.
Really nice Tex-Mex. And I know the Tex-Mex here is different. Like, it's different. I grew up on like San Antonio style Tex-Mex, so I miss that. But I've eaten some good Mexican food here.
Yeah, here is like real.
Yeah.
Food. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You also mentioned favorite coffee place. Can we mention their name?
Yeah, so I love Savage Goods.
Shout out to Savage Goods.
Love them. Just really like solid customer service. Pastries are amazing. I was saying I'm not like a huge coffee person, so if you are a crazy coffee person, I might not be the person to get, because I get like a cappuccino.
But you like
but
it there.
But I like the vibe there. I like the people. I like to eat all their donuts, and it's great.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think that their customer service is really nice. I like that I can go get on my laptop.
Yeah, just a nice space. Also, one of the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had, and it's vegan.
Yes, good. I love vegan stuff. Awesome. Quote. You know what? Let's talk about a quote that you mentioned on Facebook, just because it gave me such a good vibe, and the book that you read. Oh,
so the book is May Cause Miracles. It's by Gabby Bernstein. She's written a lot of different books. She has one like a Judgment Detox. Like that's a book I recommend to people all the time. But Your Thoughts Shape Your Reality is like one of the big takeaways I took from that book. She really spends a lot of time talking about there's love. Everything is based in love or fear, and that's it. So like when you are judging a girl that you see at the bar because you think like whatever about her, that's coming from a place of fear, something with you. So basically she's trying to help you do more things based out of love. And so she talks a lot about like, just because bad things are going on in your life, or you grew up in a shitty situation or whatever, doesn't mean that you then use that as like a crutch almost.
Yeah.
And so if you're waking up every day like, oh my God, I hate life. Like life is terrible. Everything sucks. People are awful. Like that is the energy you are bringing back to you. And I know that it sounds hippy dippy. It really does. No. But like the minute that I started to internalize that and catch myself when I was thinking crappy things, like so many good things started coming into my life. And it was crazy because I was like, oh, like I am actually attracting what I'm thinking, and because that's the energy I'm putting out there.
Yeah. And then when there is like crappy people, it's just time to start diluting them from your life.
Yeah. I love social media. Obviously, I use social media. But I think one of the things for people probably around our age, like that kind of started to grow up with like, I'm old enough to have had like Zynga and MySpace, but like Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that, is we have almost been conditioned to feel like you cannot remove people from your life. That is not true. So we are not necessarily meant to keep people in our lives forever. And you can have had a wonderful time with someone and loved them and appreciated the time, and they might just not be what you need right now. And maybe you'll come back to a friendship or a relationship, or maybe you just never will talk to them again, and that is fine. Like, you have to protect your space. Like, your head space is important. So, and like, yourself. So don't like keep toxic people, toxic things in your life, but you also, flip side, can't be toxic. Like, you have to try and just,
and I think you have to just kind of stay quiet. And and you know, and I think that's what is helpful to hear for like anybody younger, or anybody that's an entrepreneur, or anybody trying to like run a business or anything, is that a lot of people are going to say negative things to you. But if someone is constantly every day telling you something negative, or they're just not, you know, just not good for you, or just kind of, you know, throwing shade at you, it's time to move on. Time to move on.
Cut them out.
Like,
drama?
It's
drama? Drama too?
Drama.
Like, how do you guys deal with drama?
I mean, like drama, like on social media?
Like, you guys are saying, like, bad people with, like, toxic people? How would you guys deal with drama?
So, I am old enough now that I'm so selective in my friendships that I don't have a lot of drama. I don't have any, honestly. I've gone through it. It's one of those things where once I started to take a look at myself and be like, hey, you're kind of a jerk to people, I then was able to take a step back and be like, okay, so like, I don't even need to engage with this. Like, a lot of times, like, my biggest advice to people is like, just don't engage, because the energy you're putting into like going back and forth with someone is like, it's not worth it. It really isn't. And like, drama, so to speak, is a part of life. And I know when you're younger, and especially dealing with like as prevalent as social media is now, I'm sure it's like 20 times worse than I can even imagine.
And I guess maybe the drama that you're saying, as far as like, I guess maybe comments or like on social media, I guess that's where you're going with. For me, as far as comments go, yes, there have been comments on my page, but for me, I just don't address it.
I would. So I know a lot of people that just delete them. I had a girl DM me because I said something about the service at a bar, and she DM'd me, and I respond to DMs because I like engaging people, and so I just replied because it seemed fine at first, and then it kind of went into something, and I was just like, okay, cool, bye, I'm having fun. Like that. And I've had one girl that like went back and forth with me on someone else's page, and literally she replied, and I was just like, yeah, cool, peace, and then, like, didn't respond. Like, it's just, I know it's hard, and sometimes like I always tell people, like, I am not the one. And like, so I really have to take a step back, because my instinct sometimes is to like really tell someone about themselves, but it's honestly not worth it. You are going to be drained and upset and pissed off, and it's like, just delete. Everyone I know that's like a bigger blogger, and you can, like, if you're just an everyday person, you can do this. They literally, it's like what you're saying, they just don't respond. And if they're getting like crappy comments on stuff, they just delete them, which is fine. It's your space. Like,
definitely.
You totally can do that.
So when you're going through stuff, right? Because what would you tell somebody? Because I feel like, well, for me, and I'll say this, if you guys read my last blog, past 2 months have not been the easiest months for me, but for me, I think I've had such great years that when these 2 months came up, I was kind of like, holy heck, like, I've been so type A, I've had a plan for my business every single day, that when this, I guess, like, shook my floor, I was like, knocked to the ground, I'm not gonna lie, and be like, holy heck. But after I posted that blog, a lot of people actually reached out, and there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. And I guess because I've never really shared any, I guess, major details, I didn't realize how many people.
And I think that's like, you control your narrative and like what you're comfortable sharing. So like, I'm also kind of going through stuff, and I share parts of it, and I don't feel like either one of us has to get specific until we're ready to get specific.
Right.
But just what you share, people can connect to so much. Like, I've shared 2 pretty like deep kind of blog posts about it, and I get so many responses. Like, everyone is going through something, and I just tell people, like, take the time when you need the time. Like, don't feel obligated to do anything sometimes but survive. Like, make it through the day, because sometimes making it through the day is really hard, especially when you are going through real stuff and people are talking to you about traffic or copiers or your everyday job stuff, and you're just
my
like,
coffee was horrible.
Yeah, and you're just like, I'm going to scream. But it's when you do go through something like that, it's been a good way for me to like check my own impatience and deal with people more and in a better way, because I'm just like, be kind. Like, we all have our moments, but like everyone is going through something.
Yeah, and it's true, you know, and I think that has been, I think now, going forward, I feel it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm not the person, and again, I'm not the same person I was a month ago, and I'm definitely not the same person I was a year ago.
Yeah.
And I think when you have, you know, your tribe and strong women behind you, I mean, it makes it better, right?
100%. And sometimes you just have to take a moment and like feel the feelings. Like, I know I'm like a go. Like, here's a plan. Here's how we're going to get through this. This is how we're going to tackle it. And sometimes you just have to be like, oh yeah, this is not good. And I'm just going to feel that it's not good for a second, and then try and work through that. But yeah, community, tribe, you have to have close people that you trust that uplift you in your life. And sometimes you might not even live in the same place. You might not have met each other. Like, it's social media. Like, these people could just be people that you followed for a long time on a platform. But like, find those people and let them be there for you and do the same for them.
And then you really will know who are there for you. Because they'll know. Like, I think, which is crazy. I have this one client, she's been with me for 10 years, okay? Literally walked into the shop, went to the back, she brought me a salad, looked at me and was like, what's wrong? And I was like, wait, what? I've known you since, I mean, before I had a child, before everything. And I was like, wow, like, are you my mother?
You know? Really though. But that's so nice. Like, it's nice to be like, oh yes, okay, you know me that well. And you care enough to be like, what's wrong? And you actually want like an answer and you want to help me.
And I think that's good. You know, I'm gonna let you answer this question. If you can help any entrepreneur throughout any of her journey opening up a blog, what would it be, or in anything?
So my number one thing would just be authentic. And I know people get tired of that word. It's like one of those buzzwords that everyone uses, but people can easily pick up on the fact that you're full of shit. Like, it just is what it is. And Instagram is not real life. Like, social media is not real life.
So be humble.
Yeah, but also be real. You know what I mean? Like, don't portray like this life that you don't lead, or that when someone meets you, they're like, whoa, these are 2 totally different things. Like, one of the nicest things someone's told me has been like, yeah, you're like exactly the same as how you seem online. And I'm like, yes, thank you, because that's me. And then just like from a standpoint of really trying to get out there, you have to do your research. I think a lot of times people almost expect someone to give them like the guide to how to do whatever. And I will share I have plenty of blog posts on everything I did to like get the followers I have, because I don't want to come from a scarcity mindset. Like, there's enough for all of us.
Right.
So any info I have that'll save you a couple steps, I'm going to give you.
Right.
But also you have to be able to do the work and like research. Like, most people don't just wake up and they have like 50,000 Instagram followers and they're like living a dream life. That's not how life works.
I mean, and even with the business.
Or you don't just wake up and it's like, oh, I've got this salon and like we're the number 1 salon in the city and it just happened. Like, that's not real life.
No.
So you have to be able to go through the hard stuff and the work and the not so fun stuff to get to the fun stuff.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, it took you just a year to open up a salon. And I'm like, a year?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I've been doing hair for a very long time.
Exactly.
It was a lot of work.
Exactly.
And I don't think that opening up a salon just happened. No,
Yeah.
it took a lot of steps to get to here. And I mean, I've had a lot of help from a lot of hairdressers, a lot of friends, a lot of family members.
Yeah.
Just a lot of people. I did not do this alone. There's no way in heck that I could take full credit for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, you need help. You have to be able to put in the work. I think sometimes people only see the good stuff.
Right.
Or they want to just skip right to the great. And it's like, well, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So
yeah, and and I think like being like strong too. I think being strong is something that you definitely have to have to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Because like you're always gonna have people that you are not for them. Like there are people that are gonna be like, I don't like this salon, even though it's great. There are people that are gonna be like, I don't like what she's doing on Instagram. I don't like her blog. I don't need her in El Paso. And it's like, that's cool too. Like, it just is, you have to kind of have a thick skin and be very confident in yourself.
Right.
And then still have support. Like, have people, like, when you do randomly, like, oh man, someone was really mean to me. Like, have people that are like, I will fight that person. Like, you need you know what I mean? You don't really want them to fight them, but you need you need those people.
Yes, yeah.
Me.
And you can count those people, I promise you, on like one hand.
Yes.
And and even with like entrepreneurs and even with your tribe and stuff, that can grow and grow and grow and grow, and even those people will have your back.
Yeah.
When things
100%. It's so interesting to see people that like just kind of know each other through social media, and like you'll see someone every once in a while come in that's like not so nice, and like before the person whose account it is can even respond, like all their followers or like their community are like, whoa, no. And it's like, that's cool. Like that's nice to see.
Yeah, I have my boss, Trish, and I mean, I don't know if she'll watch this. She works with Cal, which is Gold on KMS. But yeah, she does send a little bit of meth text messages here and there, and it keeps me going and positive.
Yeah.
And Emily, I met her, this one hairdresser in Canada. I
was like, what?
And she is such a good inspiration for me, because she'll write to me like so very often. Yeah. And like, I love what you're posting, I love what you're doing and stuff. And sometimes I feel like I'm not doing so well when I'm posting,
Yeah,
so
100%.
So it's good to have those comments.
And you always, like, I love that, because I want to try and do that more for people, because I think we're always so vocal with the negative, and sometimes you like just tell your friends or tell people you follow, like, hey, I really liked what you posted today, or like that really resonated with me, or that's a really cool picture. Like, share the positive.
Yeah, because I had said earlier, I've been posting a lot of quotes because I am going through some stuff, and with the quotes, I mean, for me, it has made me feel better. It has like, I don't know, and maybe taking it day by day and making me feel stronger. You know?
And sometimes that's what matters. It's like, especially when you have a social media account that goes with like your salon or like a blog or something like that, you feel like you kind of have to post content that got you the followers, but sometimes it's like, you want to post this quote because this quote resonates with you.
And it's real.
And that's where you're at in your life right now. And that's fine.
And that's cool too, because I think the word authentic, I mean, it's what it is. It's real.
Yeah.
And people, I'm telling you, like, once I shared such a deep detail on my blog, everybody was kind of like, me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, holy crap. Like, that is so true. Like, we are all going through some, it's gonna come. And it's gonna go.
Yeah, like, ups and downs.
Yeah.
So you might be going, like, life might be great for you. I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
But
when it doesn't, we got you.
Yeah. And so, just try and remember that when you're dealing with people, which is something I tell myself all the time, because it's like, I'm so quick to get like impatient or be like, oh, this person cut me off, or oh, this person's not nice. But it's like, maybe that person's going through the same thing I am, or worse, and they're just trying to get through their day without screaming at someone asking for more water. Like, and I'm like, I get that. I really do.
And I got that from you, and I think you're the same person that you are on social media.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody who like meets me through social media is like, that's exactly who you are.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about you.
Oh,
I
thank
just
you.
met you.
That's
I've
good.
been following you for a while, and that's how I feel.
Too. Yeah, I was like, and like, I was like, maybe I look like a stalker. And like all her stuff.
I do that to people all the time, and sometimes like if I like too many pictures, I actually go to their page and I'm like, hey, so I'm stalking you right now, and
But
I know that's weird, but I really like what you're doing.
And you're saying like with content and stuff. Okay, well, one thing you had said, which made me think and stuff, is to detox. You do save a lot of content, so you do repost it. Yeah,
so I will try and get as much as I can done in like two weekends a month, and sometimes I'm like on my couch posting stuff. But I will be out, and it's funny because people are like, "Man, you're drinking a lot of drinks." I'm like, if I'm with people before they do anything, I'm like, "Hey, I'm taking a picture of your drink," like, because that's something I can use later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just save content so that if you do feel like you need to post regularly, you don't feel like you have to always be out. But also sometimes I'm go days and don't post because it's like I don't feel like posting, and I'll have stuff saved. Like I use Planoly, an app, and I have all kinds of stuff in there, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna post this because I'm not in the headspace to engage right now, and so I'm just gonna take a step back. And I wish that more people felt okay doing that. Like,
and I think that's good because I think for me too, like I think lately I've been like put the phone down and just need to like detox completely, which is good, you know.
Yeah.
And giving all these other little things away to everybody else, little duties for them to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's time just for you guys to take a little control and be creative. And I'm taking a step back real quick.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes you have to, especially when you're going through any kind of real like life thing. I feel like you need to be a little selfish, or at least protective of your space, your head space. So it's like detox, take a break, be like, I can't do this right now, and that's fine.
Yeah. And what are your go-tos like for home? Like when you're at home and stuff, what 3 favorite shows?
So anything Real Housewives. I'm so obsessed. I watch a lot of Netflix. Bob's Burgers is truly might be my favorite show. I think I've seen every episode at least like 10 times.
Okay.
I just put it on. I love it. And then I'll just watch a lot of like random stuff on Netflix, like Dear White People I just finished, which is like, I know that sounds whatever, but it's a good show. And I read a lot. I am such a huge advocate of libraries. I swear I'm gonna wake up one day and go back to school and get my master's in library science and just give all this up and go be a librarian.
No, don't do that.
I am such a huge advocate of libraries, and the El Paso Library is amazing, just by the way. But I read a lot. I try and read at least 75 books a year. So a lot of times if I'm at home, if I'm not watching something,
you are so my people.
I read, and like all kinds of stuff. But I tell people, I'm like, I will not apologize for my trash TV watching. Like, I love Kardashians. I could sit and talk to you for hours about every Housewives franchise. But also I read a lot of books, so just let me live my life. Like, it's balanced.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's balanced. It's fine.
And nobody gets it either. And,
and
I love that you said that, because you can't read a bunch of stuff, and I love to read. But I love my Kardashian show. And people are like, judge me, but I'm like,
they're so judgmental.
I'm like, why?
And I'm like, I'm attached to these people. Like, Chloe, if you see this, I'm with you, girl. Like I am attached to these people. I do not apologize for that. You cannot make me feel bad.
Love it. There's this, do you listen to podcasts?
Yes.
Favorite?
So I've been listening to Dear Sugar. I listen to Influencer Podcast because Julie Solomon, if you are any kind of entrepreneur, listen to that podcast. She is just giving you a wealth of knowledge really for free. And then she has courses you can purchase if you want, but she's great. For my pop culture stuff, I listen to The Read.
Awesome.
Because it's just funny, silly. Titty Talk Pod. One's in Austin, one's in El Paso. I've been listening to them. They reached out to me to be on there, and then I was like, I didn't even know you guys were around. But there's like a solid like little podcast. They interview a different person every week. So a lot of like influencer stuff, and then a little bit of like self-help stuff, and then like just pop culture. Yeah. I'm not really into like the serial and like all the like murder mystery type of stuff that I know so many people that love like podcasts that are about that.
Really?
That's not for me.
I don't think so either. I've been doing a lot of just, self-growth and meditating, and then a lot of the growing of the business for that,
Yeah.
And that's been super awesome. But I think that that stuff I listen to way more than music.
Yeah, so I've really started doing that too. I used to be more like music, and now I'm like, oh, let me listen to these podcasts. And it's cool because like I'll listen to podcasts where I like want to go back and get a notebook and like write down the things these people are saying, because I'm like, wow, this resonates with me. And like I was saying before, like,
and it changes your life.
Yeah, the universe sends you what
Yes.
you need when you need it. I firmly believe that. And so sometimes I'll just like click on a random podcast and it's like exactly what I needed to hear, and I'm just like, yes.
I think the universe sent you to me.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
Okay, so your favorite. Okay, we did favorite quote so already. So if you see yourself in 2 years, you're talking about creating a group. I want to be a part of this.
Yeah, I want to see, like I was saying, I do meetups.
Meetups.
I feel like I've got a solid little community in El Paso and outside of El Paso, but I really want to see how I can grow that. And I don't even know that means like, because a lot of social media people will turn it into something that they monetize, and that's not really what I'm trying to do. I just want like a core community where we're all like providing a service to each other.
Right, and because you're talking about self-growth.
Yeah.
And when you're I'm going to be 30 this year. And when you're growing and you're meeting new people, those people need new friends.
Exactly.
And then you find this like clique and this tribe and these new people.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because you're able to discover this whole new friendship that you never even knew.
Yeah. I basically just want to help people find their tribe, and then I want us to be a tribe for each other.
Hashtag confidence.
Yeah.
Hashtag confidence.
Just all support each other and grow, and just like, I have an idea, a small idea of what that looks like in my mind, but I'm not quite ready to be like, this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like you have to keep stuff.
Yeah.
Like, never anything where it's like someone needs help, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll help you. But sometimes when you're trying to work through an idea, you need to just sit with it for a little bit before you're like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, again, another friend outside of Ohio, she's been helping us with social media too. And she's not ready to go out fully. Lexi, if you watch this, I'm talking about you, girl. But her also, I think all these like type A people.
Yeah.
You need to get your books aligned.
Yeah.
And then you'll go for it.
Yes.
But
type A people need the total opposite. Two of my best friends are like all over the place, and I'm like, I need that from you, because if I didn't have you in my life, I would be like trying to control every single thing and never having fun.
Right.
So I think it'll be cool in my mind, but I'm excited.
It's super cool.
I'm excited to see what it can turn into.
It's gonna do.
And I'm excited to see what I'm excited to see what El Paso looks like in the next couple of years. Like, just in the time I've been here, it's grown so much, and it's such a cool, like, unique city. Like, I said it didn't remind me of Texas, and it really pissed off someone that DM'd me. And I was like, I think you're taking this as like a negative, and I'm not saying it in a negative at all. The closest thing to me I could think of is Austin, only because Austin is so unique. Like, you get like your Texas vibe, but it's very different, and that's how I feel about El Paso. There's just so many different cultures and so many different things, and it's like the views, and I'm just like, I don't know where I'm at, but I like it. And there's a lot to do here, and it's just like a cool space.
I like that you said that, because we want to grow,
Yeah.
And I've lived here my entire life. I've left for a while, but the city itself, it has such beautiful people.
Yes.
And I think that because we're trying to make it grow.
Yeah.
I think it's super important.
Yeah, it's the people here are probably what make the city the best. Like, so many great people. And I know growth is scary, so I'm just gonna say this because I've been in a couple cities that have gone through like transformations, like what I think El Paso is about to go through. And you do get your growing pains, and that can be annoying, but I think what's going to come from it is going to be so good for the city that people that are kind of on the fence, or I sense pushback sometimes, need to maybe just take a step back and let it happen. Like,
well, I'm excited for the growth.
I think it'll be so cool to see what this place looks like in like 5 to 10 years.
Oh, I hope it's sooner.
I hope it's sooner too. Based off the, like, every time I drive somewhere, like, something else has popped up, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'd say in the next year to 1 to 3 years, there's going to be some serious growth. You're never lacking for something to do here.
No. Well, not after watching your page.
Yeah, but I mean, you can like, even if you just want to go be active, there's always like hiking groups.
You said that.
Yeah, there's always hiking groups and like people, like I find so many events, and I've been really trying to turn my fun list into like more of just a well-rounded list of not just like, hey, go drink here. Like I've been adding kid stuff because someone was like, hey, could you maybe add some kid stuff? And I was like, well, I don't have kids, but if I come across something that looks cool, I'll add it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just always something to do here, which is nice.
Yeah, but then they can find the mom blog.
Yeah. There are good ones.
Yeah,
there are some great mom bloggers in the city.
I have some mom bloggers.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense for them to go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you're gonna get those comments and you just kind of brush
Yeah,
them off,
and it was fine. I was like, I'm open to that. That's the thing, sometimes someone says something that, depending on how you interpret it, it's either a negative or you're just like, okay, maybe. Like, I was just kind of like, all right, well, I'm glad that you even follow my page, because I imagine having kids, it's hard to get out and like have a drink all the time. So yeah, I'll throw in a kid-friendly thing. Mm-hmm. It's nice to sometimes get feedback, but like I was saying earlier, you can't really internalize anything. You can't internalize people being like, you're amazing, and you can't internalize people being like, you're crap and awful. Like, you have to be like, thank you, or okay, cool, and sort of keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah, because again, I'm gonna go back to my quote this morning. Confidence is, it's the way you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And the way it's not really about the other person.
No.
And that's okay. If someone doesn't like you, that's okay.
Yeah.
100%.
It's totally fine. We need to get over this idea that everyone needs to love us. They don't.
No.
It's fine. It really is fine.
Okay, so before we log off, where can we find you?
So a little Britt of Fun, that's my Instagram, Britt with 2 T's. That's my blog and my Facebook, and then you can find like anything else through one of those. But really just follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I'm the most active, and I do blog regularly, but I've been taking a little bit of a break just to kind of chill. But I do have fun lists every Friday on my blog, and I share them on Instagram.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep following you, and everybody check her out. We're gonna tag her in our links. So have a happy Monday, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.